thank you so much for coming. We're really excited to have you here. There's so many exciting things happening at Open Sky, and we're really just, bubbling with energy to show it to you. So we're going to try to keep ourselves calm because we got a lot going on. But we want to talk to you about what we believe is the power of relationships. A lot of you guys know me, some of you don't. You've known me from back when I was at ELF, from Twitter. I always talk about relationships. One of the biggest things that happened with me at ELF is that I developed a lot of blogger relationships. I met a lot of you. I let everybody know that I was always available to talk. And what I heard most from people was, how do we make money doing this? This is really great. We're building up a following. People love us. We're getting involved in so many things, but how do we make money? And I really didn't have the answer for it at that time. I was fortunate enough to meet John Caplan, be introduced to him by a blogger, Kelly Turman, and I met the people at Open Sky. And I've been saying for a long time, it's all about relationships. And just a few things that I like to do to help build relationships is these are some of the points that I think are really, really important. It's really important to offer value. Value can be information, it could be advice, it could be simply offering yourself, whether that be as a friend, as somebody to talk to, as an ear to listen to what you have to say. Be responsive. A lot of you guys know me. I've built my brand on being responsive. If you tweet me, I'm going to answer you. If you email me, you're going to hear back from me. And I'm really going to talk to you. I'm not just going to answer you. I'm not just going to say, hi, thanks for reaching out. But if you're responsive, you'll find that people will be incredibly responsive back. Trust is really important. And that's as simple as say what you mean and mean what you say. It's no more than that. Meet, engage, and interact. On Twitter, what I try to tell people is it's not, especially companies and brands, but this goes for individual brands too. It's not just about answering a tweet or thanking somebody. It's truly engaging them and interacting with them, answering their questions, asking them questions, being there for them when they want to talk, or just giving them information when you can. And if you use that and then take it to the next level, so there's not a week that goes by that I don't, hopefully, take somebody in this audience or somebody else on Twitter that I've met just in that respect and then bring them into what I consider the real world, whether it be email, cell phone, or meeting them in person. That's where you build the true relationships. And those people, when you take them to the next level, they'll become your true brand advocates and your raving fans. How many of you spend more than 10 hours a week on your site? 15 hours. I bet a lot of those are late night hours because I know I see a lot of you guys there after midnight. 40 plus hours. So the real question becomes, how do you turn your passion, energy, and influence into a business, right? That's what everybody wants to know. Now here are the way, the problem and the current ways to make money just don't work. Okay, we've all been through this. Ad networks undervalue your influence. You get an ad network, they sell out your whole inventory the first month, whatever that may be. It seems to go down a little bit every month. You make less and less money. Sponsorships take forever, and they don't last very long. And getting a book deal or being on TV these days is PR, it's not money. And for me, what I believe is the worst is affiliate programs, which are great because they make you money. They're probably one of the best at earning you dollars, but what happens? They kidnap your audience, or a word that I like to use more, this is the friendly word for up on the screen, I say they hijack your audience. Because what was my job at ELF? My job at ELF was to get someone to click through from your site, sell them as much as they possibly can, and then deliver them to somebody that's paying me a bounty, not send them back to your site. Get their email address and market to them directly. Okay, but you guys, that's your audience. Those are your people. Those are the people you're working incredibly, incredibly hard to get them to react to you and to listen to you and to come back every day. So we want to solve that problem. And I'd like to introduce you to John Caplan. John's the founder of Open Sky. He's the brains behind everything, the ideas. He's brought an amazing team together, and he's here to talk to you about it.
Hi, everybody. It is awesome to see you here and to share what we're building at Open Sky. And I think, just by way of background, my experience was I was president of About.com, which was I helped on that team that helped actually create and build About. And we were sort of the early pioneers of working with a distributed workforce of people who were looking to make money on their expertise from home, right? And we had essentially bloggers who were making $5,000 a month, $17,000 a month on ad revenue because they were part of a network with lots of traffic. And that worked really nicely sort of in the Web 1.0 world. And then I went on and was the CEO of Ford Models, the fashion talent firm, where I really got to understand how individual brand entrepreneurs think and work, right? Because there's a hair and makeup artist or a stylist or a model even who only makes money if they work, and on the days they don't work, they make nothing, and how much influence they have, and how people crave to understand what they know, but they don't really have a vehicle to connect directly with their fans the way you are. So we built OpenSky to really help make shopping better, and I'll talk to you about that. But first, let me take you through the story of OpenSky, and we'll see if it's relevant to how you're thinking about your own brands and your own businesses. So these are my drawings. I am not a particularly good artist, but the idea is just to simplify it down. If you can tell a story to your 9-year-old, then it can make sense as a business. So that's why I drew it as pictures. So this is a hypothetical blogger. Her name's Sarah. She knows dogs in our example. She's a blogger. She has a community, a large audience, and a community of dog lovers that like, and more importantly, trust her. You know, if you're spending 15 hours a week working on your community and you're interacting with them and you're following the power of relationships ideas that Ted was talking about, you have people who are commenting on your posts, who are following you on Twitter. They trust you. They may never meet you face to face, but they listen to you. They know your voice. They can tell when you're in a good mood or a bad mood. They know the authenticity of who you are. And to me, she's a big deal. Whether she has 5,000 uniques who come visit her every month or 500,000 uniques. Because the size of the audience doesn't matter. What matters is the depth of the engagement, right? And as it relates to commerce, as it relates specifically to commerce, she has powerful influence over her audience's purchase intent. If she says, this is the most awesome dog bowl, and she knows why, and her audience is really engaged with her, you know what? They're pretty inclined to go purchase that. So today, she's now one of thousands on the OpenSky platform. OpenSky is free to use. Anyone who wants to join the OpenSky community is welcome to, and we encourage people on Facebook, people who just are on Twitter and don't have blogs, big bloggers, media properties, professional athletes, celebrities are using OpenSky as a tool. But in our example, Sarah is one of the thousands of people using the platform. She uses the platform to discover great products relevant to her expertise. In this example, dog stuff. And she chooses the best items and shares them with her audience. OpenSky in some ways works like Match.com, where people who have a great expertise connect with people who make and produce an innovative and exciting product, the way Match.com, makes matches similarly. She only chooses the goods she loves. She asks the manufacturer to send her a sample. She reviews products and gives direct feedback to the manufacturer about what she likes and doesn't like about it. She is, as I wrote here late last night, the boss. On OpenSky, she meets someone named Dave. Dave owns fabulous dog toys in our little example. He has great products. People who find them love them. Dogs are mad for them. But the problem Dave has is actually similar to the problem Sarah has, because Dave is struggling to get distribution for his products. Today in the United States, there are 10 retailers that control the distribution of most consumer products. And I like to call those fluorescent light retailers, where the selection is narrow and the service is worse, right? And I shop at Target, I get a lot of stuff at Walmart and Kmart, but I don't go to those places to discover things that I'm going to be excited or passionate about. I go to those places to fill the functional needs in my life. Dave's products don't have a hope to get into distribution in those channels.